So we're just going to do an all-round practice today, try a couple of other different bits. It is very, very hot, so be mindful of that, because obviously you're going to be a little bit more flexible probably in the heat as well. So just be careful. We're going to start off in our cross-legged position. So just come into a comfortable cross-legged position and just check that you're nicely rooted into the mat. And we're going to bring the hands to rest gently over the knees, and we're going to close down the eyes. So I want you to come into the breath for the first few moments and exhale out the mouth the first few times. So deep inhale. Let's take that breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. So just keep going in your own time. You can take it up to 5 or 6 if that's available. Just calming into the breath. Being aware of this moment right here, right now. And on the next inhale, I want you to lift the arms up, take the gaze all the way up. Feel that length in the upper body, feel that stretch in the neck and the shoulders. Hold it here, keep it nice and strong. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. Inhale to rise, exhale to release. And again. 2 more times. Beautiful. And I want you to inhale as you lift the shoulders towards the ears. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And let's take a few in the opposite direction. Nice. And we're going to take that right hand onto the right shoulder. Take the left hand around the top of the right side of the face. And we're just going to stretch into that right side of the neck. So breathe into it. Take your time. And slowly coming up on the inhale. Take a moment to see how that feels. And then we're going to move to the other side. So left hand on the left shoulder. And we're going to stretch into the left side of the neck this time. So breathe with it. And slowly release. And I want you to take that right arm across the body and just take hold of it with the left hand like so. So we're just stretching into the outside of that right shoulder. Try and keep the back nice and neutral. So we're stretching from the shoulder, breathing in, breathing out. And release. And just take a nice stretch in the opposite direction. And let's move to the other side. So the left arm comes across the body and let's just stretch into that left shoulder. And slowly release and just take a nice big stretch. And we're going to take some seated cat-cows for a few moments. So you can do them however you want. You can keep the hands on the knees, or you can take the hands out wide. But as you inhale, I want you to open the chest, draw the shoulder blades together and take the gaze up. Exhale, reverse that motion, round the blades, drawing the belly away from the body towards the back of the room. And just keep flowing with your own breath. Beautiful. And feel free to take any other sideways motions that you might want to do today. Brilliant. And slowly coming back to your neutral spine. I want you to release the legs out wide. And we're going to come into straddle pose for a few moments. So just give the inner thighs a little bit of a rub. Take that pose as far as it's comfortable for you. And feel free to reach forward with the fingertips. And we're just going to stay here for a few moments. You can make it active if you want to flex the feet. It's your choice. Bring a cushion in front of you if you want to lean on it for a few moments. And again, just being mindful of the heat and being careful not to stretch too far. Just notice how that feels. Be aware of any pain or discomfort and ease out slightly if you need to. Just going to be here for a little bit longer. And when you're ready, take a couple more breaths. And I want you to slowly bring yourself back up to your neutral spine. And we're going to just take a couple of breaths here. Just notice how that feels. We're going to draw the legs in together and take a little counter stretch. So bring the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the feet. Lift up the hip, drop the head back as we come into reverse plank. Deep inhale, exhale. And on the next inhale, I want you to lift the chin up towards the chest and slowly bring the hips to the mat. We're going to take another little exercise here. We're going to come into our forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So I want you to inhale as you lift and lengthen through the upper body. You can take the arms up to help you. And as you exhale, I want you to reach forward. We're going to keep that back nice and neutral for the moment. You can take hold of the feet if that's available. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you can just let yourself go. But support yourself here, so don't go too far. Breathing in, breathing out. As you inhale, I want you to slowly come up. I want you to take hold of the big toe of the right foot and lift that foot up. So we're just stretching into the leg, keeping that back nice and neutral. So take your left hand, if you need to help keep you in that nice, beautiful, safe alignment. We're going to take that right leg out to the right, holding it here, And we're going to bring it back to center. And this time I want you to bend the knee, keep hold of that right toe if it's available. And then release as you cradle that right foot into that left elbow crease. Just as if you're cradling a baby, so nice and slow. Feeling that space, lovely. And slowly bringing that foot to rest on the inside of that left thigh. So we're just working on nice big stretches for the moment. We're going to bring the hands around the waist. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we hinge forward over that left leg. So we're stretching into the upper body. And we're going to slowly inhale to come up. We're going to take hold of that left foot this time and lift up. So don't worry if you wobble out quick, we're just having a little bit of fun here. And I want you to come back into a cross-legged position. Take 3 deep breaths here. This time we're going to release the legs again, coming into Paschimottanasana again. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Remember, you don't need to go too far. This time we're going to keep a neutral spine. And I want you to slowly come up with the inhale. Let's take hold of that left big toe this time. Lift that leg up. Take hold of the foot in the way that's comfortable because it is a little bit sweaty. Take it out to the left. Let's bring it back to center. And I want you to bend that left knee. And let's cradle that left foot in that right elbow crease this time. So just create a little bit of movement here. So we're opening out the hips a little bit more. And we slowly release that left foot, pressing it into that right thigh. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we reach forward. We're stretching into that right leg, working into the upper body. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out. When you're ready, I want you to slowly come up. And you can bring that right foot up into the air, bring it out to the side, bring it out to center, and slowly bring yourself back into a cross-legged position. And let's take 3 deep breaths here. When you're ready, I want you to bring your legs bent and the knees are bent towards the ceiling. Bring the hands behind you. We're going to come into our reverse tabletop position. We're going to do this a couple of times. You can have a go at lifting a leg up at a time if you want to. Try and keep that lift in the hips though. And as you inhale, we lift the chin towards the chest and slowly release. And we're just going to hug it in for a few moments before we do that again. Slowly bringing the hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the toes, and we lift up, coming back into it one more time. You can try something different here if you want, bringing the right foot over the left knee or the other way around. Just taking a couple more moments here. When you're ready, safely coming out of it. So tucking the chin in as we slowly bring the hips to the mat. and just hugging it in. We're going to move into the ab sequence in just a moment. So just take a few moments here, just to hug it in, giving your body a little rest before we move on to the next section. Beautiful. And I want you to release the hand and slowly lower yourself to the mat. Start engaging those abs as we come all the way down. You can take it as slow as you want. It's your choice. And from here, we're going to bring the knees into the chest, and we're going to take the hands on top of the kneecaps, just open up the hips a little bit more with our big butterfly circles. So just take a few in both directions. Lovely. And just coming back to center, give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. Brilliant. And we're going to bring the feet to the mat. So we're going to start working on the abs. So the first sequence I want you to do, you've got a choice. We're going to inhale, we lift the forehead off the mat. We're lifting the chest off the mat. And we're going to bring the right knee in, and we're going to take the left leg out. And we're going to switch it, and we're going to switch it. What you can do is you can alternate the arms up with this. So as the right knee comes in, the right arm comes, left arm comes up, right arm comes down, like so. So it's your choice. Or you can just keep that head nice and protected. And we're going to keep going. 5, 4. Engage the abs, tap them for 3 and 2 and 1. And slowly release. So we're going to take a few breaths to rest before we move into the next bit. So the next section we're going to do is we're going to bring the legs up, pressing the feet towards the ceiling, and we're going to point and flex, point and flex. So we need to do that a few times. Rotate the ankles in both directions a few times. So just open up the feet as well. And from here, we're going to lower the legs, find your hover point, and we're going to take the legs out wide, bring them in, out wide, bring them in. So keep going, tap the abs, check they're engaging. This one is quite strong, I think, for me. We're going to keep going for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. More on each side, and release. Just take a few moments to rest. And while you're resting, just to let you know, the next one we're going to do is basically coming into our boat pose, and we're going to take it from high boat into low boat. You can adapt it if you want. So if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can lift yourself all the way up to standing, coming all the way back down into boat pose. So it's your choice, okay? So just take a few more moments here. And when you're ready, let's rock up into our boat pose. So it's your choice. You can have the knees bent, knees straight. And we're going to start doing it. Low boat to high boat. And it's always nice, for me anyway, to tap the abs, check they're working. Remember, you can come as low as you want and as high as you want. And we're going to keep going for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. And slowly release and just hug it in. And when you're ready, Press the feet to the mat. Bring the arms out straight in front of you as we slowly lower down all the way to the mat. We're going to do one more abs exercise. That's going to be focusing on the obliques. That's just on the sides of the body here. That's basically going to be our heel touch. So you can lift the chest, take it all the way, the right hand touches the right heel, coming back through center left to left heel. So just work through this nice and slowly with your own breath. And you can do 5 or 10 on each side. It's entirely up to you. When you're ready, just slowly release yourself onto the mat. Oh. Just take a few moments to rest before we move into our twist. When you're ready, keeping the knees bent, you can bring the arms out wide. We're going to inhale as we lift the hips, and we're just going to shift it over to the right slightly as we twist over towards the left. And you can take hold of the outside of the right thigh with the left hand if you want to go deeper into this twist. So just taking a couple more breaths there. When you're ready, slowly coming back to center. We're going to take the arms by the side and we're going to inhale. We lift the hips up. Engage the glutes, pressing the feet into the mat, keeping the thighs nice and strong. Bridge pose. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. So just float it up and down a few times. We're working those glutes. I'm going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Let's take the arms out wide again. Lift the hips up, shift it to the left this time as we twist over to the right. Feel that breath all the way through that left side body, nice and strong. We're going to take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly come back to center. And bring the arms to the side. We're going to inhale as we lift into bridge pose. Let's keep it strong. Engage the glutes, engage the inner thighs. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. We're going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release. And I want you to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Work into the glutes. Breathing in, breathing out. And we're going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Lovely. And I want you to bring the knees into the chest. Take hold of the big toes and the outside of the feet and come into a happy baby pose. Just stay here for a few moments and we're going to meet in our tabletop position. You can just get there in a safe way. Bringing the hands spread out nice and wide, knees below the shoulders, a wrist, knees below the hips even, wrist below the shoulders. Let's take a few of our cat-cow breaths in this position. So take your time. Feel that fluid motion in the spine. Slowly coming back to your neutral spine. Let's release the forearms onto the mat. You can stay here or you can take hold of the fists at the top of the mat, it's your choice. And I want you to release your legs coming into your forearm plank. And we're going to hold it here for a few breaths. Feel that core engaging. You want to make it more challenging, you can take the left foot out and in, right foot out and in. It's your choice. We're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And slowly come into your child's pose. And I want you to bring yourself back into a tabletop position. Let's tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. So pedal the feet, bend the knees, take your time. We're going to inhale as we lift the heels, exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. One more time. And release. I want you to feel that space in the body, feel that space in the shoulders as well. I want you to come forward into your plank pose. Keep it nice and strong, drawing the heels away. Let's bend the knees, roll the hips back up into downward facing. Let's come forward into plank. Roll it back up. And we're going to do that one more time. Lovely. And from here, I want you to take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. We're going to come into our ragdoll for a few moments. So just shake it out, swing it out, whatever you need. Remember, you can bend the knees if you need to. And I want you to get hold of whatever's available, the toes, the shins, the thighs, whatever. We're going to inhale, we lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to release. Just do a few in your own time. When you're ready, keeping the knees a little bit bent if it helps, coming all the way up. Option 2, shoot the fingers up, take yourself onto the tiptoes, and release. And we're going to find out Tadasana. So bring the feet together or apart, lift the toes up, spread them out, move the shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back into plank pose. Hold it here for a deep inhale. As you exhale, bend those elbows, bring the chest towards the mat. Untuck the toes as you open the heart. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. We're going to move into chair pose for the next part of the sequence, so you can bring the feet apart or keep them together. We're going to inhale, dip and sweep, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. You can take it onto the balls of the feet. If you want to go a little bit deeper and sink it a little bit lower. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. And from here, you can stay in plank, or you can lift that left hand off the mat, coming into your side plank. And I want you to bring knee to elbow and lift. Knee to elbow and lift. One more time, knee to elbow and lift. And let's release the hand to the mat. Take a deep inhale. Lower it down through Chaturanga, working into the tripod. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. I want you to inhale as you lift that right leg into the air. Flex that foot, spread those toes out. As you exhale, bend the knee, bring the right foot to the outside of the left hand. So about here, we're going to inhale, we lift that left hand off the mat. And you exhale, release that left hand, shoot that right leg in the air. We're going to bend that right knee, and I want you to slowly come forward into your plank pose. Lower it down through Chaturanga, release the foot, open the heart, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or float, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. And as you exhale, I want you to fold. Hold it in the fold. Now we're going to inhale as we bend the knees, dip and sweep, coming back into Utkatasana. Get a little deeper if it's available. And we're going to inhale to rise. Take the arms up, take the gaze up. Back bend is optional. And release. Bringing the hands through heart center. Slowly releasing the hands to the side. We're going to take that sequence on the other side. We're going to come into chair again. So just take 2 or 3 breaths. Now we're going to inhale, we dip and sweep. Remember, you can do a variation, opposite elbows, balls of the feet, your choice. Keeping that body nice and strong. So we don't want to flare out the ribs, engaging the core, pressing the feet into the mat. Let's take a deep inhale together. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale to release. Fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank. Option to release the right hand, coming into side plank. Option 2, knee to elbow and lift. Knee to elbow and lift. One more time. And release. Slowly releasing that right hand, coming back into your plank pose. Let's lower it up Through chaturanga, over to the heart. Downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that left leg in the air this time. Spread out, open the toes. Let's bend the knee, bring the left foot to the outside of the right hand. And we're going to lift that right hand off the mat. And let's release that right hand, shoot that left leg in the air. And I want you to bend the knee as we come forward into our plank pose, lower it down. Release that foot, open the heart. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. Let's step, walk, or float, feet to hand. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And let's come back into chair pose again. Take your time, engage the quads here. Keep it strong, breathing in, breathing out. And we're going to inhale to rise. You can shoot the fingers up. Option to take the back bend. And let's bring the hands through heart center as we release. We've got a few minutes to go. So we're going to do a few more bits before we come into Shavasana. So when you're ready, I want you to come out into your goddess pose, taking the toes away from the body. Bringing the hands to heart center and let's bend into those knees. Just see if you can press the knees towards the back of the room, keeping it nice and strong here. And I want you to bring the hands out wide. And we're going to come into warrior two, bending into that right knee. So make your adjustments here. Keep it nice and strong. You can bring your feet wider if you need to. Flip the palm, reverse that warrior. Let's come back into warrior two. Release the elbow onto that right knee and coming all the way up for our side angle bend. You've got option to release both arms. Let's inhale it back up into warrior two. Let's take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let's frame that front foot. Shoot that right leg in the air. You can come into downward facing dog, or you can flow through a three-legged vinyasa. Coming back into downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lion breaths here. Deep inhale. As you exhale, let's step, walk, or flow. Feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Back bend is optional. And let's bring our hands through heart center as we release. And we're going to shake it all off as we slowly come back into our goddess pose. And we're going to sink into it again. And you've got the option of pulsing it here if you want to. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. And when you're ready, let's come into warrior two on the other side. So fan those left toes away from you. Make your adjustments, bending into that left knee. Keep it nice and strong, but you don't want that knee to go over that right foot. So you should be able to still see a couple of the toes. We're going to flip the palm, reverse that warrior. Let's come back into warrior two. And I want you to drop the elbow and release that right arm over the body. So you can release both arms if you want, keeping it nice and strong. Let's come back into warrior two. And we're going to frame that left foot. This time we're going to shoot that left leg in the air. Option to flow through a three-legged vinyasa. And we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lions breath there. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or float, feet to hand. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Just shaking it all out. And I want you to bring your feet mat distance apart. We're going to slowly bring the hands to heart center. And I want you to come all the way in your own time to your yogi squat. You can release the bum onto the mat when you're ready. Otherwise, you can go through a crow pose if you want. Just be careful again, it's very hot. So if you are already fairly confident with your crow pose, then maybe try something different in crow. So you can touch the feet and release, touch the feet and release. When you're ready, we're going to slowly bring the bum to the mat. We're going to bring the feet together as if we're reading a book. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the upper body. Exhale to release. Keep a neutral spine for a deep inhale. Exhale to release. And just fold it forward for a few moments. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly come up on the inhale. I want you to draw the knees in together. And let's bring ourselves to the mat. We're going to take our fish pose next. So, just as a reminder, I want you to release the legs, so keep the legs straight. I want you to bring the right hand under the right glute and the left hand under the left glute with the palms touching the mat. Drawing the elbows in towards the body, shoulders in towards each other, and bringing the head back. So lift the chin up, and I want the head just to be tipped back. And we're going to take 3 lion's breaths from here. And on the next inhale, lift the head, bring the chin into the chest, release the arms. And we're going to take the legs in the air. You can do shoulder stand, but I'm going to take the legs in the air. And we're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. When you're ready, safely come out of this pose, and we're going to meet in our final Shavasana. So just spread yourself out, feel nice and comfortable. Deep breath. You slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. Rotating the ankles and the wrists in both directions. And we're going to take a nice big stretch. Bringing each knee into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze and a gentle hug and a nice rock from side to side. Just let yourself fall onto whichever side you do, just for a couple of moments. When you're ready, we're going to slowly come up to our comfortable cross-legged position. I want you to keep the eyes closed and the face soft. And we're going to bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to end the practice with 3 clearing breaths. I've just been teaching myself a little bit about shifting my own mindset and working on my inner dialogue. So when I'm pressuring myself and telling myself I'm playing catch up with work and life admin, I need to change that into, no, I'm not playing catch up. I'm simply working through my to-do list. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for today's practice. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Shab.
No worries, thanks. I'll let you know if we can do another class tomorrow or Friday. I'll double check. I'll check my diary because it's a bit meeting heavy, but I'll let you know. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Shabnam.
Take care.
No worries. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.